Joining me right now is Oregon Congressman and House Energy and Commerce Committee member Greg Walden, along with New Jersey Congressman and Problem Solvers Caucus co-chairman Josh Gottheimer. Gentlemen, good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
First, Congressman Gottheimer, how are you feeling? I know you are in self-quarantine, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Haven't developed the virus, thankfully, but, just trying to do my best to take care of others who have and do everything for the district. This package today, this rescue package is key. It's going to help a lot of people who are suffering economically. And, of course, we've got to do everything we can to help those who are sick.
So you will vote over the phone? How will you vote?
Well, it's supposed to be a voice vote today, so, and I'm going to make my support very clear. We're going to tape something and show our support, and hopefully we don't have any problems today, as I'm sure Greg would agree. What's most important is that it's voice voted, it gets done, we start getting immediate relief to people and to businesses as soon as we can.
And Congressman Walden, what about your colleague, Thomas Massie? He has obviously expressed pushback here. Do you think he's a no vote?
I don't know how he's going to vote. I know he's a very principled individual, but this is a point where we all need to come together, voice vote this across the House floor and get this needed relief to Americans, to our healthcare workers, to our seniors, to those who've been laid off, to those who are struggling in small business, trying to figure out how to keep their cash flow going and reestablish their business relationships when we get past this. I'm glad to hear Josh is doing well. He's a terrific member and a real leader on the problem-solving effort. And so hopefully together we can get this done.
Let me ask you this. There's an op-ed in the Journal this morning. Big Government Contagion is the title of the op-ed. I'm sure you saw it. And it says that any appropriators never miss an opportunity to expand government agencies and the departments within the government, agencies, bureaus, committees. Washington and the states are devoting significant resources to this response, and a great deal of the cash is going to frontline agencies, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the FDA, Department of Health and Human Services. The bill sends money to the Bureau of Prisons, the IRS, the Transportation Security Administration. Is this excessive in terms of how many agencies are getting money, Congressman?
Well, certainly all those agencies are directly on the front lines of both getting the aid out to people who need it, whether that's through the tax code. You got to have the IRS involved. If it's NIH, you want a cure, you want a vaccine, that's where it's done. We put $100 million into the Department of Energy so that we can have our engineers, our scientists, our innovators access the highest speed computers in the world to help find a cure quicker. And so, I mean, it all adds up. And by the way, this is short term. There are sunsets involved in virtually all of this. We're not trying to grow government for the permanent. We're trying to find a solution for the present. And I think this bill goes a long way to doing that.
I'm glad you said that. Yes, that sunsetting is really important. But Congressman Gottheimer, let me ask you this, because the next line in this op-ed reads this: more concerning is the extent to which Democrats use the bill to tighten every fiber of the social safety net, putting aside $260 billion for unemployment benefits, potentially necessary in light of the record jobless claims, obviously, $3.5 billion to the states for child care, education, low-income heating assistance, legal services for the poor, and so on. This is a massive expansion of the welfare state, even though many of these areas need the money in a crisis. Was this an opportunity to throw more money at the welfare state?
I think to address the issue, the immediate issue, these are all going to sunset out, and we need to focus here. We've got, in New Jersey alone, we have 7,000 cases. We've got 1,400 or more in my district. People are really hurting. As Greg said, the frontline healthcare workers, who we're sending every day, going to the hospital every day, and our EMS, all of our first responders, plus our doctors and nurses and technicians, they're all putting themselves on the line every day to help people. We need to make sure they have the resources and the protection they need. We've got to get our businesses, our small businesses, our medium businesses, all businesses, the support they need to make it through this to the other side. We will get through this. The economy will be strong, but it's going to take a lot of effort. This helps as an immediate rescue plan, and it's a focused rescue plan, and that's what we need.
And it is a rescue plan. That's a good word for it. That's rescue relief. The Treasury Secretary, Stephen Mnuchin, said that this is going to address the economy's dislocations for the next 10 to 12 weeks. So are you expecting a fourth piece of legislation? Are you expecting even further stimulus down the road then?
Well, I would just say, Maria, first of all, I want to congratulate the president and Stephen Mnuchin. They have worked overtime. They've been diligent. They've been in the lead on this, and they have really helped the country move forward. As for a fourth package, let's see how this one goes. But let's focus on some other things. How do we get supply chain resiliency in the manufacturing of our antibiotics and drugs? How do we secure America better for future pandemics? That's what I would like us to take a longer term look at the restructuring that needs to be done. You know, Dr. Hahn at FDA and other leaders have waived rules and regulations we should have gotten rid of years ago to allow innovators and all in America to do what they're doing now. Why does it take a pandemic to do that?
You're right. This reliance on foreign actors to get some of the most important and critical medicines is just insane. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, meanwhile, speaking out against the stimulus package. Congressman, you both know this, for not allowing non-citizen immigrants to benefit from individual checks. She tweeted out this. To clarify, $1,200 checks are only going to some with Social Security numbers, not immigrants with tax IDs. Thanks to the GOP, these checks will be cut off the backs of tax-paying immigrants who get nothing. Many are essential workers who pay more taxes than Amazon. Wall Street gets $4 trillion, she writes. The ITINs are in the IRS program that allows people without Social Security numbers to pay their taxes. Right, Josh?
I mean, listen, this package as we said before, is a rescue. It helps so many people, and it does it immediately between unemployment insurance and obviously direct resources to people and reinforcing the structures that we need. It's, as Greg said it best, it's people coming together. It's a great rescue package. We'll see if we need more in the future. But right now, we got to focus on getting this out and helping as many people as possible.
And it seems to me AOC is the one who chased tens of thousands of jobs out of her region. And so, I mean,
good point.
I don't know. She just learned how to use a garbage disposal recently. I don't need her running the whole economic model for the country.
And I think the point here is we need to come, and I think I'll just say it anyway. We all need to come together here. Democrats, Republicans, we've been doing that.
Right.
Look at that Senate. Look at the Senate vote. You know, this is not a time for partisan politics. This is a time for us as a country to come together. This affects everyone. It does not see the difference of party. And we got to help everyone. I think that's what's key here.
Indeed.
Agreed. Real quick, Greg, hypothetically speaking, the president signs that into law today. When does that money get to the people?
You know, as soon as it's physically possible. I know Secretary Mnuchin's working day and night with his team. It could be next week. It could be the week after. I don't want to pick an arbitrary date. Some will go out faster than others. The 7A loan program for our small businesses will be hugely important, but it'll take a week or two to get that done. But I'll tell you, they're moving everything in the way of this to get it out. The president's in the lead, and they're going to get it done as fast as humanly possible.
Terrific. Terrific. Congressman Greg Walden and Josh Gottheimer, thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, final word. Go ahead, Josh. Final word.
I was just going to say very quickly, the key here, and Greg made this point, on the supply chain side, it's ridiculous that we're having to make phone calls to find masks around the world. We need these resources to get these resource people now, because we cannot afford to wait another day.
And there's bipartisan support for that.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, I could see that. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Stay with us. A lot more to come right here.